So, welcome to the BizTech Podcast, Ash. How are you doing?
Very good, very good. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I would like to know a little bit about you, what you do, who are you, and I think our audience would like to know about that too.
My name is Ashok Vij, and I have from the USA in Tucson, Arizona, and I have a couple of companies in the USA, and we do mostly general aviation, aircraft, fueling, storage, and we also make parts for aeroplanes. Those are the kind of our two main businesses in Arizona, and we've been in business for about 30 years.
30 years, that's like 3 decades, is a very, very long time.
Yes, I can feel that too.
Yeah, I mean, your business is older than I am. Okay, let's start with our usual discussion about me asking some technical and non so technical questions. So, what's one early career advice or a lesson that you still happen to know how the today's technology look at? I mean,
Well, in 30 years, you have seen everything from going from what was in those days a pager. I think that's way before your time, to cell phones, and now with AI and the internet, and everything is changing. It's constantly revolving, and as a business, it is interesting to keep changing with as the technology keeps changing. So as a company, you really have to understand, what's the next uh, new product or new service that you can help your customers and help your employees and bring the cost down for everybody.
so the lesson you learned is like the change is the only constant here.
Change is the only constant. It's constantly changing. You're always afraid to look at the newspaper or the next thing with the new technology or the new, like now with the chat GTP and AI. That's the next new wave. So it's constant. It's a constant change as a business owner.
Yeah, I am actually working around AI, so yeah, so I can understand. And I do know about pages. I've watched Friends.
I was gonna say, yeah, pager.
Yeah. What's the biggest gap you see between business leaders or tech leaders today?
Well, as a business leader, you're looking at it for long term of your company. As a technology leader, you're always looking at the short term. What's the new technology? How can we make the customers interaction more better? So it's kind of the same, but it's different because the businesses you're looking at, okay, I need to spend, the technology guy says, oh, we need to spend $100,000. And then the business says, well, I don't know, 100,000 we can justify. So it is, as they say in the US, yin and yang. You're fighting, try to keep the technology up and still try to keep the business continuously growth perspective.
So everything is a balance. Yeah.
It's a balance. It's a balance. It's always everybody tries to pull you in a different direction.
Okay. Okay, so as I understand, so you work in tech and you work in business as well. So you are keeping everything as a balance. So how do you ensure technology investments actually translates to business?
That is the biggest, hardest challenge as a business owner, is you make the investment and did you get that return? Or that technology, by the time you put the technology in, the technology has changed. And I have done both of those. So it's one of those things, it's a constant business interaction, trying to understand what is happening, what does the customer need, what can we come out with a new product, what can we do to make the service a lot easier for the customer. So it's always a challenge, as you said, the constant change is as a business owner.
Okay. So, uh, what do you think every business today is becoming a tech business? And if it yes, why? If it's no, why not?
Well, every business is becoming tech business because everything is now technology oriented. Everybody wants quick answer. You and I will get in an Uber. We want it really quick. How far is my car? how far will it take me? What is the traffic? Or get in a car, or you get a what do you call it? Airline. Where's my boarding pass? So everything's always constantly quick answers, and everybody keeps asking that. And as a business owner, you're like, okay, what can we do for the customer? Because the customer is at the end is the one that's gonna switch over to another app or switch over to another vendor if you don't satisfy them on a constant basis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly changing my food apps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because today, I don't know too much as much as India goes. I talk to my friends. The same thing. It's like, oh, if you use this, it's they give you 10% off. If you use this, you get a 20-minute delivery, or
Yeah,
it's constant.
yeah. So, which upcoming technology excites you the most? Maybe anything. It could be from anything. I mean, you are in aviation. You might know something that's a technological advancement for your company.
Well, I think in aviation, is AI is the next frontier. I guess I don't know what AI. I mean, I understand what AI is, but how is it going to help us? I know in aviation, as a pilot, now these airplanes have auto land system in case there's an emergency with the airplane. And the technology keeps changing, and and the and so you always constantly need to upgrade your airplanes for the new technology. Um, and even in businesses, new computers, new hardware. So it's a constant. I guess is really the answer is it's a constant change.
Yes.
You cannot sit back and say, "Oh, we'll see what happens." And
Yeah. So, what do you think will be any case of AI in aviation in upcoming future?
I think, as in the U.S., unmanned aircraft is very common. It's getting slowly and slowly over there. I think, I mean, in aviation, because of the crash of the Boeing 737, not
Yeah.
it has set back aviation a little bit, but the technology is constantly upgrading. And AI, I think, is going to be where they can do multiple analysis of different things on an aeroplane. Or so that I think is going to be the biggest revolution now, is as they can more and more visual hardware integration.
Rather than a lot of buttons.
What's that?
Rather than a lot of buttons, I guess.
Yeah. And the buttons are getting less and less.
Okay. Actually, I don't know much about it because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see the
yeah.
cockpit.
Yeah.
So, as I would say, aviation, this whole business is your biggest achievement. And so, my question is a little bit related to that. So, what's a project or initiative you are the most proud of in your career?
Well, we were the first company. I invented carbon monoxide detectors for aircraft.
Okay.
So we have saved a lot of lives for that. And it's installed in most all what they call general aviation aircraft. I think that's my biggest thing to society, is that we have saved some lives in general aviation, and we're known because of that.
That's really amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it usually never happen to have a human factor related to it when someone asks someone what is their biggest achievement. But
Yeah.
this is touching, I would say.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you keep yourself updated in this fast-moving world of technology and now AI and everything?
Well, it's getting harder and harder. As you get older, you're less inclined to change. So it's one of those, you're kind of, okay, do I really want to change? Okay, what's the new technology? How is this going to help my company? What is the new product that we need to bring out? So in a way, it's good. You get young people that come in. They come with more ideas, and then they pull you along on that idea. So as a business owner, and of course I'm also into technology, it's constantly reading, keeping up just try to understand what is this, the market focus is changing every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am also, I wouldn't say about my thing, but yeah, people around here, they are more technologically advanced than I am because I am from non-tech and I don't even understand when they say some stuff. So
Yeah,
I feel like I am missing out. So FOMO is here.
it is.
Yeah. So let's come to our last question, I would say. So finally, what's one piece of advice you give someone sharing or starting a business in aviation? What areas, according to you, will play out the most in the future?
I think the biggest thing in aviation, as far as that goes, and the company that's starting out, is finding out something that the current companies are not doing. For example, new technology that is not being implemented, and do you have the team and the skills to implement it? Because really, it is always the demand of the technology that other companies are very slow to change. So as a company, you can come in as even a small startup, you can come in and take over a big company, as you can see these days, by something that the other companies are not doing, and for multitudes of reasons. But as a business owner, as a startup company, I think the best thing you do is do what you love and see if you can find something that is not currently available in the market. I think that's the biggest challenge for a startup.
Okay. So is there creating a demand as well?
Creating a demand is very critical. I mean, and the demand will come if you can fulfill the customer's need. So that's the biggest challenge is, A, do they have a need for that product? And if they do, they'll buy it immediately. I think that's the biggest thing also.
Okay. So Ash, so I have integrated a new round or a rapid fire section here. It's more of a fun segment for you. So it would be a one word answer. You have to think quick.
Okay.
Okay, are you
Give it a
ready?
try. Yeah, ready?
Okay. So work or play?
One more time.
Work or play?
Play,
Money or happiness?
happiness,
Cats or dogs?
dogs,
Okay. Do you share? Do you have your own Netflix account or use somebody else's?
my own Netflix account.
Okay.
I can't tell you about my kids.
Okay. What is your guilty pleasure?
Chocolate.
Okay.
Chocolate.
What is your last Google search?
What is usually my flights are my usually search because I love to travel. So I'm always finding where I might want to go, where do I want to do. So that's my big, is always travel.
Okay. What was your last impulse buy?
My last impulse buy, I think I bought a watch, an aviation watch, just because I saw it. I'm like, oh, I don't have this aviation watch. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just take it.
Okay, this is the last one,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that might be a kind of funny. If you were a kitchen appliance, what you would be?
If I was a kitchen appliance, which one would I be? Uh, that is a good question. I don't know. I guess I'll be a refrigerator. You have a nice room temperature and you have freezer, and you can keep the food nice and fresh and long for a long time. I guess.
Yeah, I can. I think I can relate to this refrigerator one to the place where you say your initiatives and your company is saving lives. So you are saving food as being a refrigerator.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. This is it for this episode, and thank you for coming here.
No, thank you. Thank you for inviting. Very good.
Okay. So see you till the next one.